pretty significant damage there.
Yeah.
We also have some, flood risks here for later on tonight, but nothing like that.
I don't think so, no.
Okay.
And it's kind of a worst case scenario that you see some localized flooding, which, as we've seen in the past couple weeks, can lead to some of those road closures.
Yes.
Again, these are your worst case impacts for this evening. 1 or 2 storms across our 23 counties could produce some wind damage as well. The threat for hail or a tornado, that's very low. Let me start you out at 4 p.m. today, and you notice most of the storms are just hugging our western counties. It's really after 8 or 9 p.m. that we see more showers and storms moving in. That'll take us into the overnight, but during that time frame, most of these should be in the weakening process. As we head out the door tomorrow morning, still just a scattering of showers, but our front finally passing through gives us a better chance of showers and storms late morning into the early afternoon hours. Most of that looks to be east of US 1. Then the deeper in the day we go, the more hit and miss our showers and storms become. And tomorrow night looks to be very quiet. Tomorrow afternoon looks to be very cool compared to what we've been over the past several weeks. High temperatures will be in the mid 80s. In fact, coolest afternoon since about June the 5th. That doesn't last terribly long. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. So there's our front that causes those storms through tomorrow. What winds up happening is it stalls off the East Coast, and a new area of low pressure could form along that. Has a 30% chance of turning tropical, but for the time being, doesn't look like a big concern for our coastline. Maybe just some rip currents and scattered storms heading into the weekend. Prior to that, here at home, highs in the low 90s Thursday, low to mid 90s on the 4th of July. We'll be in the low to mid 90s Saturday and Sunday as well. Now, in terms of the right here, right now, temperature 78 to 83. Holly Springs and Durham 80 degrees. Wake Forest at 81. Another hot one for today. You expect that. It's early July after all. Temperatures will be in the low to mid 90s out the door. Still some time for grilling this evening. It's really as we head deeper into the evening and early tonight, and we see more storms moving in. 85 tomorrow with more storms through roughly midday, if not early afternoon. And for the most part, we're storm free, giving temperatures an opportunity to rise back into the 90s this holiday weekend.
Michael's, because sunny and nice now, but that could change later on tonight, Chris.
Especially this evening, that's when our storm chances rise. We'll talk about that here in a minute. And speaking of chances rising, now a 30% chance of development in terms of the tropics off the East Coast. We've gone from 20% to 30%. That's not enough to go canceling a beach trip over for the weekend, but be checking back for updates on the WRAL weather app. So there's a low chance that this turns into our C-named storm. On average, we get that in early August. But again, the chance for now is low. Speaking of the tropics, it feels kind of tropical as you step outside this morning. When dew points are in the 70s, that's that muggy air that we've gotten accustomed to over the past several weeks. We've gotten accustomed to this as well. High temperatures in the low to mid 90s this afternoon. Showers and storms a little more likely as we go beyond 8 p.m. We'll time those out hour by hour, not just for today, but for tomorrow as well, coming up shortly.
Make sure you talk to your doctor if you're having migraines, but we have a scientist here at WRAL to talk about how the weather plays a role in this.
And a lot of times it can be the pressure, right? If the air pressure drops, that can allow the fluids in our joints to expand, and sometimes that creates migraines. We spoke about that specifically in a previous Ask the Meteorologist, so you can always check that out on WRAL.com. Sometimes cold fronts can be a trigger for not just migraines, but scattered storms as well. It's going to take time, though, for our scattered storms to develop. Here's 4 p.m., mainly in our western counties, and then as we go beyond about 8 or 9 p.m., that's when we expect a better coverage of showers and storms ahead of this front. Even as we head into the overnight hours, when you kind of least expect storms, we'll see them scattered throughout the area, but they'll be in the process of weakening as they go from southwest to northeast. Out the door tomorrow morning for the commute, just a few scattered showers, but the bulk of our storms on Wednesday, they're going to come late morning into the early afternoon hours, shifting their attention east of I-95. And then by sunset tomorrow, largely speaking, our chances for showers and storms will go down. But that same front, it's going to stall off the East Coast heading into Thursday, and it provides a new area of low pressure, the potential to develop. It's got about a 30% chance of becoming tropical, according to the National Hurricane Center, but that's not enough of a chance to really go canceling any plans out by the beach. This far inland for your 4th of July, temperatures about 91 to 94 degrees. May not be overly humid as well, so that'll actually play well for us as we get through the holiday weekend. And no matter where you're spending it, you can always take us on the go with the free WRAL weather app. In terms of right now, hour by hour, rest of the day is going to be a hot one, still sticky out there as well. Temperatures low to mid 90s prior to those evening storms. Heading into tomorrow, going to be the coolest day that we've had since June the 5th in terms of our high temperatures because they'll only make it into the middle 80s. That's brief, but we'll take it. Temperatures make it back into the 90s for the majority of, if not all of, this upcoming holiday weekend, guys.